Hello, good morning, my lovelies. Today we are going to learn how to repurpose spinach that you may have sitting in your fridge, or if you have a spinach curry that you made and you have it left over, what can you do to get the most bang for your buck? Or if you have picky eaters at home, how to sneak more vegetables through their rotis so that they won't complain and they'll find it very exciting to eat colorful green rotis, right? So this is spinach that I had blanched and pureed. It does not have any salt, and I'd used it for another dish, but this is just the boiled and the blanched and pureed part that I have left. So I'm going to be making flatbreads or rotis with this. Excuse me. And here is about 2 cups of multigrain flour to this. Now there is no salt in the spinach, right? If you're using a spinach curry, then don't add your salt till the very end so that you'll know how salty the curry is and how much more you need to add for just the flour. So I'm going to add some Himalayan pink salt. That's what I use. You can use any salt of your choice. Into here is also going to go some coriander seeds. And any kind of flatbread that you're making with any vegetable puree or whatever, even if you have like a juicer and you've made vegetable juice and you have the pulp left behind from carrots and from celery, you can always put it in your dough and make rotis out of it, right? So whenever you use coriander seeds, either use a mortar or pestle and gently just break them up a little bit, or the best thing to do, which my mom and grandmom always did, just crush them between your palms. That goes in. Also goes in a little bit of fenugreek, dry fenugreek herbs, which is methi, kasuri methi. And that beautifully complements the green of this spinach. I'm also going to put in a little bit of carom seeds or ajwain. This is totally optional. If you don't like the taste, you can absolutely skip this, or you can put oregano. Now to add a little bit of a texture and so that it doesn't taste like baby food, I am going to add finely chopped onions. If you are indeed feeding this to babies and they're picky about getting onions in their mouth, then you can also skip this step. Now the friend of mine that I'm making this for likes a little heat in her food. So this is some chopped up long hot peppers that I'm going to put in. And anything that you put in here is going to add a nice textural mouthfeel to whatever you have going on. And this is good old ginger garlic paste. It's homemade. So I'm just going to put maybe about that much, right? You can always use chives. You can use spring onions. There's so many things that you can use to make this interesting. I'm going to add a little bit of cilantro. Not that it needs any more help with the green situation. And now, instead of adding water, I'm going to knead the entire dough with the spinach puree. Okay, so we will add gradually. We won't add all of it at the same time. We'll just add it gradually. We will swirl it, twirl it in, and just try to incorporate it into the flour. Also add a little bit of a squirt of olive oil or whatever you have at home. Just crush it between your hands and you'll see gradually the dough is going to start coming together. When you add it gradually, you have good control on how wet or dry your dough is going to be. Now, if you were going to make pancakes, then you can always just make a wet batter with a whisk, and then you can make it super liquidy and you can make salty crepes, or you can use beetroot and make sweet pancakes for your kids. So there's so many ways that we can use vegetables and sneak them in, right? Nobody will know. And a little more. So you can see for 2 cups of flour, this is almost about 12 to 16 ounces of spinach that I've used up. And I don't know yet if I'm going to need to add extra water or not, but we shall see. Now, one quick thing that I want to add now at this stage, and that really just greatly enhances the umami or the chatpata, what we call in Hindi. It's called the chatpata flavor of your rotis, is chaat masala. This is nothing but a combination of black salt and dry mango powder and some ginger powder. So it really adds that salty, tart kind of a kick to any of your dishes. And this is what it looks like. So if you ever see it, it's called chunky chaat masala. So it has a nice kick that it brings into the flatbreads. All right, so you can see the dough is coming together really nicely. And how you will know that your dough is done is that your bowl will be clean, your hands will be clean, just with making any other dough for flatbread. So I've just taken some water and I'm gonna literally rinse out this container so we're not wasting any of the green stuff. and I'll get to work on the flour that's not been incorporated, right? So I'm going to get to work right over here. Mash it in. Gather it around. It's still a little bit sticky, and then it's also got some dry flour still in the bowl. So I'm going to keep working this magic. There you go. And you'll see that with very little water, we were able to make the perfect dough. Now, if you don't like rotis or you don't want to stand there rolling this out, if you have the dough, you can even make dumplings. So any kind of gravy that you're making, you can drop the dumplings and the wheat will cook. So there's many ways to do stuff like this, which can be interesting and exciting for kids, especially if they're picky eaters. And you can just tell them I made green rotis or I made green pancakes or something, you know. They like gimmicks, but they just don't like to. If you tell them you're making spinach, something like, ew, I hate spinach. But luckily, I had a child who just loved vegetables, right from raw broccoli to bitter gourd. She would eat everything. So that way I was quite blessed. Okay, so here is the dough. We are going to now put a little more oil to it. And we will let it rest for about 15 to 20 minutes. You can do that in the refrigerator as well, but you can see that pretty much your hands will be clean. I'm going to take this dough and stick it right back. And did you know if you knead your own dough with your hands, you keep your joints supple and it helps to prevent stiffness. So yeah, no wonder people in the old days, they really lived long because they used different parts of their body to create things around their home, right? Okay, so this dough is absolutely ready. Your bowl is clean. The dough is ready. We are going to shape it into little balls, but that'll be another tutorial. You see, right now the dough is warm, so it's actually sticking to our hands. So this needs to go in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then I think we will have to do another live just to see how these parathas or rotis look when we make them, okay? So this is how you do it. If you have spinach at home, if you have any green vegetable at home, or if you have a juicer in which you make carrot or spinach juice and you have the pulp from that, you can always use things like that to make rotis. So this was my live for today. I will be back later on as well because I'm making multiple things today. But until then, you don't do anything crazy. Be good to each other. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Maintain social distances, but don't forget to come back to this page. I will see you soon. Be blissful and flavorful. I will see you real soon. I have to get on radio at 10:30, so I'm going to hop off, but I'll be back soon. Bye.